So today I am going to show you, first of all, I'm going to tell you that I'm going to record my video in parts. So when I finish something, I'm going to record that, and so I can show you all in recorded form and you can see the texture and everything. It's better than a picture, I think so. So you can have a better view of what I finished. For your viewing pleasure, it's better than a picture, I believe, because I can show you exactly the texture, the color, and everything better. Sorry, that's my phone. So in this part, I'm going to show you this baby pants I made. I don't know if you have seen this kind of pattern. This one I made my own pattern for these pants because I have done a few before and I remembered how to make the pants. So I put a tie here inside so you can tie it, make it looser or tighter. It depends if the baby is skinnier or tighter or a little bit chubbier. So this one is for a 5-month-old, and it is a theme of a boxer, like a boxer, like the ones that box. So here's his boxing trousers or boxing pants. You can see here. I did them. This is Crafts Smart yarn. It's not the best for baby items, but it's a gift. And the biggest skein of yarn I had was this type of yarn that Michael sells. So I made it with this, and the white is the same brand as well. I still haven't washed it or anything, so I'm showing you before I wash it, so that's why it's a little bit more on the dense side and stiffness. So for that, you saw the trousers, so I made the little boxing gloves. Go. Here is the other side. Here is tails that I need to hide right there, and this is the other side. I made this all just seeing a picture. I know on Ravelry there is a pattern for this. It is $5. But it, as I told you, it's a gift, and I don't have a lot of money to be spending on patterns. So it's not because I'm cheap, it's because I'm on a tight budget. And if you are like me, that just by looking at something you can get it out, I think you can figure it out like I did and make your own boxing mittens and gloves. One is a little bit bigger than the other, but you know, I eye them out. So I didn't write the first one I did. So the second one, that is this one, it came out a little bit thinner on the round side, on this side here, dome side there, as you can see. But they look pretty cute, I think. I hope you like them. And yeah, the pattern is on Ravelry for $5. You can check it out. I just looked some pictures on Pinterest, and before I did that, I did look for the pattern on Ravelry, as I told you before. So it is called boxing outfit or something like that. I will put the name here down below, and so you can look it up if you want to make it, or if you're like me and you can eye it, well, you can try it out. So thank you for watching, and as I told you, I'm going to put some other videos of whatever I have finished in this same one. Here he is. Sorry if you hear any noises upstairs. I was making, I don't know if you can see him. And he has no legs. It's a pattern. It's on Ravelry as a video on YouTube. This is the pattern for Coraline. I started making this character without the t-shirt, and followed the pattern but changed everything. Didn't do the arms as she said, didn't do the t-shirt thing as she said. The head and everything is just the same. Everything is the same pattern, and it's really nice because the hands are flat. Let me tone down my light here so you can see it better. This is the hand. It's flat here. Sorry if I'm not looking at the camera. It's flat. There's another angle so you can see it's really flat. And sorry if you can hear people talking upstairs. So these are his hands, his arms, and everything without legs. So this is the character I was making, not Coraline. I was making Jeremy from FNAF, as I told you I was going to make on last week's video. So this is the fail attempt because I wanted to make him so she could dress him up, and it didn't work. Like, you can't make a pattern to put on the dolls. I filled the arms too much with too much stuffing in them, and it didn't came out really good. And I couldn't make a pattern for, like, to make clothes so he could dress up as the security guard and regular shirt, whatever, for the character. So I put this on. He's not supposed to. So this is a Jeremy finished, and it's the same exact pattern. It's a Coraline pattern that I did use for him to make him. So he doesn't have eyes. Actually, those are his eyebrows, and that is his nose. It's a question mark. He is from Five Nights at Freddy, one of the security guards. I did put blusher on his cheeks, regular blusher, or you can use chalk pastels to make blush on characters. I put on yarn on his head. His head is totally yarn. And then I brushed it out with a wire pet brush that I bought at the dollar store. A cheap one, just a cheap one. You're going to use it for combing yarn and making it look kind of like hair. So you can see here. And then I cut up the yarn. It was pretty long up to here. I keep cutting until I got the shape I wanted for his hair. So I did put like tulle on his head so it would keep his hair nice and flat. So when I gift it to her, it's really nice and combed and flat. He has a lot of different haircuts, and if you look him up on Pinterest and look up his facial expressions and whatever, he has a different kind of facial expressions and whatever, but I try to make him kawaii with his blushy cheeks and smiling and nice and cute, because Five Nights at Freddy is a scary game, and I don't want to make the character scary because he doesn't seem like a scary character. So so he, in most of the pictures that I've found on Pinterest, and one of the pictures that the little girl showed me, he had a green sweater like this, a turtleneck sweater. So it is a turtleneck sweater here. I did sew this separately. For this one, I did follow the entire pattern as she says, completely. Like, you can even lift the brim up here. You can see, pull it up and everything. And this is sewn separately, the turtleneck. Instead of making like the cuff that she makes for the Coraline doll, I just made single crocheted all around, and then I slip stitched in the border so to give it a nicer finish. And I sewed it all around here to make him look like he has a turtleneck. Plus he has oversized clothes, so his sweater covers his arms, so I had to sew the cuffs. This is separate too. I sewed it on just the same way I did this. I single crochet 2 times and that slip stitch in the border, so it gave it a nicer finish. And made it, I measured it that it covered, and it only showed like the fingers of his hands. per se fingers because it's a flat hand and he doesn't have fingers at all. And this, I just follow the pattern as it was, as she showed it was, but then I just cut the yarn, but I should have given it a slip stitch all around to give it a nicer finish. Then I follow the whole pattern for the legs. This is why the reason this one doesn't have the legs, because I wasn't going to crochet again black legs. If you crocheted, or even if you're knit with black yarn, you know how difficult it is to see the stitches. So I just ripped out the legs for the other one and they were okay. I did everything okay for the legs, so I just sewed them onto this one and made him really cute. I did follow every instruction she gave. He has wire inside of him as the pattern requires and everything, but only he's not Coraline, he's Jeremy from Five Nights at Freddy. And I give him a cute expression. There you go. You can see his whole attire. And usually in all the pictures he had complete black legs, so he didn't have any different type of pants or anything. Even if he was wearing his security guard outfit, he did still have total black legs. So even if I made a blue shirt with cuffs and gave him the little blue hat, it would have been the same thing, black legs. So you can make him different type of ways. If you have somebody that's fanatic of Jeremy and Five Nights at Freddy, you can make Freddy, you can make Foxy, or whichever character. Like every time I'm going to do an amigurumi or anything that is related to a movie or something, I do look it up and study what it is about before I make it. So they don't mention him a lot in the videos I have seen on YouTube, but at least I got the knowledge of what it was. It's a game, a scary game of a frightened kid that cries, and there's like 4 episodes of the game, something like that. So I research always. So here is Jeremy. So talking about like, we all have our crafting mess when we start crafting, and we just make a whole mess because our creative mojo is going on. So we start piling up yarn or fabric and piling it up. I don't usually crochet or knit down here in my you can say studio. I usually do it upstairs in the couch because I have to watch over my 3-year-old, sorry, she's already 3, and I had to keep everything upstairs. But I do mess, I pile it all up. I finish a project, I leave that yarn there, I start another one, and then I put that yarn on top, and then when you look, I have the whole couch full of yarn. I don't know if that happens to you, but it does happen to me a lot. So before recording this, I was picking up everything as I finished Jeremy. I picked everything up and, well, made it all tidy upstairs and moved everything where it's supposed to be, because I'm a messy crafter. It happens when creativity strikes. I make a mess. So I have puffy paint, I have glue, I have needles everywhere, crochet hooks and everything upstairs, or even in the kitchen. Right now I finished him in the kitchen table, so I had a mess there too. And if you brush yarn, you get a lot of fluff with it. I usually keep it, I don't know, I threw it out this time. I usually keep it so you can use it for stuffing for amigurumis too. So I usually keep it because it's a good source of stuffing. You don't have to waste all that yarn fluff. So, and I don't know if this is going to be the last video of this year, because I don't know, I still have to finish the baby, what is it? the baby sweater, or I forgot. It is kind of like a sweater, the pink one that I'm making with Karen Simply Soft. I'm still working on the blanket. So I don't know, I have to make some hats for my daughter, so maybe I will be working on some hats for her and some hats for my husband that he requested a pattern and I still haven't made it, and his yarn is there. And the other thing is, yeah, I don't think I have anything else, but I will try to make a video before this year ends next week. But I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful holiday and a Merry Christmas. And I'll see you next time, whenever that is, this year or maybe next year. Bye, guys.